Hello, I am Dr. Keke, current board member for Aurora Public Schools Board of Education, and I am running as a candidate for House District 41 State Rep. If you do not know where the boundaries are, let me take you there. It's north of Mississippi Avenue, south of Hamden and Parker Road, west of Dayton Street, and east of Buckley Road, Iliff Avenue, and Tower Road. Now, you may ask yourself, why am I running? Well, I am running because we face serious issues, and it takes serious people to tackle these issues. Yes, you heard me say serious people. Bold leadership is what is needed. Representation matters, not just in HD41, but throughout the state. And that's the reason why I am running. I have led and governed in a complex community, and I do understand how to tackle serious issues. I have faced them, whether to close schools or leave them open, how to allocate and reallocate budget to make sure that it is equitable for our schools. And you did hear me say schools. We do have 58 schools in Aurora Public Schools, all of them diverse in their own ways. And we had to balance the budget most of the time to make sure that all of our students, not just some, all of our students are educated equally. And that I know how to do. And I take that very seriously. I will take that same attitude to the Capitol, where everyone needs to be represented equally. And you heard me say everyone, regardless of your social economic background, regardless of your religious background, regardless of your party affiliation, representation matters. And what's needed is bold leadership. What's needed is bold leadership to represent in a complex district like House District 41. Small businesses are represented, medium size, large size, and we do have our unions as well that are represented. All classes, and from the most affluent to the less affluent. At the end of the day, again, representation matters, and that's what I am about. I will take that energy with me and represent you equally. My record on the school board speaks for itself. And I will encourage you in this primary to get out and vote. Vote Keke. I will represent every single one of you boldly, as I have done for our students, every single family, every single individual. Thank you.
Hi, Dr. Ann. I wanted to ask you a question. Yeah. What are you most passionate about in your district?
I so appreciate this question. You know, my district is one of the most diverse. And even though education for me, and everyone knows that, is top of the line, people do not know that I do have a passion for criminal justice.
Oh, really?
As a matter of fact, my degree is in criminal justice. I do have a whole story behind why I chose that subject, that field, and why I am teaching in that field. But I do have a passion for, equality in criminal justice, equity.
You know, that's a great segue, because in 2016, I participated with the ACLU along with the Colorado Holiday Commission for Dr. Martin Luther King to help prevent debtors' prison. You know, that's when they turn around and release people but come back to get them to take them back to jail. So how can we help keep families? So Dr. Ann, In 2016, I participated with the local communities with the ACLU, Dr. Howard, and the MLK program about debtors' prison and how the debtors' prison is not being enforced. The counties around Colorado do not enforce the law. What they do is they rather put the individual in jail or pay the fines and fees, or these people end up losing their housing and their families. Do you think once you get in, you could prevent that from happening?
What a great question. First and foremost, let's try and explain in a nutshell what that bill is. I believe you're referring to House Bill 1311?
1311.
Perfect. So that bill is basically supposed to help people who owe court fines or jail fines, whatever, not to be able to be caught in between being able to pay their bills,
Exactly,
and or pay for their fines. If they cannot afford it, the court should not unjustly throw them back in jail.
okay.
That's what the bill really in a nutshell is, right?
Right.
But this is very interesting that you're asking me this question. If this bill has been passed in 2016, we are now in 2026.
Yes, ma'am.
How is it that this law has not been implemented? Let me tell you what I will do.
Okay.
I'll look into it more,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
But again, with my background, my criminal justice background, this is one of the things that I will look to see why the 64 counties in our state do not implement that, especially in this time where affordability is at the top of topics.
Top of our list, because when you think about jobs, you think about housing.
Yes.
And how our housing is so high. How could you help the community with that issue?
Absolutely. Thank you again for that question. Again, it is no brainer that right now affordability is in every single family's conversation, whether it is affordability to buy groceries, affordability of at the pump, right?
At the gas.
Or housing affordability. Well, let me tell you one thing. I bought my home in 2006. Today, this same home, the cost of value has tripled. Who can explain to me if somebody younger than me who wants to buy a home today in that same area can afford it? It's not affordable. Well, we need to work to make things much more affordable, including housing. What I would like to look into is make sure, first and foremost, because I truly believe that affordability begins with less regulation.
Okay.
We need to look at how we regulate our state.
Right.
We need to take a look at how we regulate businesses, small, medium, large. We need to take a look at how we also price homes and the different programs that are out there, both for renters and for homeowners, especially first-time homeowners. We need to look at all of that. That's one of the ways I believe we could address the affordability issue. One may argue that Tabor is the culprit.
Okay.
Tabor may be the culprit in this affordability issue. True. However, if Tabor was not the culprit, how could we still, in Colorado, address that? And those are the small nuggets I just gave you. When I am at the Capitol, I will look into those things and make sure that they are addressed as well. But another thing that I was thinking about is around the affordability issue.
Okay.
Is the homelessness we're not talking about,
Right.
especially in House District 41. House District 41 has this ward in Aurora called Ward 4.
Okay.
And in Ward 4, we have a homelessness issue. Yes, it may be because they're not mentally stable. It may be because they're on drugs. But it could also be because they couldn't afford paying their rent and they got evicted and now they have nowhere to go. So all these things need to be addressed if we want a safe, stable, vibrant, welcoming community. And that's what I'm about.
Now, Aurora boasts themselves about being a very wide and very diverse community. What's the demographics on the homeless situation that you see, and how do you think you could help improve that scenario?
The demographic of homelessness varies per district, per house district, whatnot. But if we want to look at statewide, I do believe that probably in Aurora we have a larger percentage of homeless.
Right.
And to me, again, having thoughtful conversations around homelessness, both at the state level and at the municipal level, collaborating will help the matter. Let me give you an example of what I mean. The mayor and city council have purchased an old hotel on Parker Road to house our unhoused. Right? Well, no one thinks that this was really well thought of. Because today, the same location is running through so many problems, is pretty much unlivable. So people, our unhoused friends who were supposed to feel secure there, better be on the street than being there because it's not safe there. Again, collaborating with the state and municipal is so important. I do believe in local authority. I do believe in that, but I also do believe in collaboration. And when I am at the state level, when I'm at the state, I will make sure that I collaborate with my city council
your colleagues
to address this homelessness issue, to address this housing affordability issue. How are our zoning? How are our codes? Are we up to date? How can we review and update those things? All of that needs to be talked about, and I would love to collaborate again with my counterparts at the municipal level.
I would like to see you there because with your background in education and criminal justice, I think you have a far better chance at working with people because of your diversity as opposed to a single track that most of them have, I see. But I've enjoyed my time and I want to wish you all the best in the world and congratulations for coming up to the top.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you as well.